Empire Nation, how was that for a cliffhanger? Here to ease your finale blues and talk Empire are director Sanaa Hamri, Taronda James, and fresh off the People's Ball stage, Jussie Smollett. I'm Amanda, but I'm giving you Gloria right now. Don't you love it? There's no time to cry into your keyboards because another fantastic Lincoln Empire after show starts ahora. Season 3, why'd you have to go? No more Empire until spring. If the fans are anything like me, I'm already wishing it was March. And I bet you've wanted to tell Jussie, Taronda, and Sanaa how much you love Empire all season, right? Well, guess what? Here is your chance. And while you're at it, add your congratulations to Jussie for his NAACP Award nomination! Post your comments, and I'll read the best ones later just for you. All right? So do it now. Now, last night, like Jussie, Empire's Outstanding Drama Nation was announced. Big ups to Empire, because it wasn't just you as a show.
Yes, thank you.
All right? Clap for it. So, Jussie, Taronda, Sanaa, what's been most gratifying about season 3? Don't all talk at once.
I'm now Sanaa, my dog.
We're all doing accents tonight. Why me? We're all giving looks. What's that?
You know what? I think, what are you doing? We're discussing gratifying.
Gratifying. What? Yeah, what spoke to you? What fulfilled you? What touched your heart?
You know what? I think the part where Cookie just broke down, and you know, any mother, they'll do whatever they got to do to help their child. And when she bust the pipe down,
she really did pull out the wrench
to get some mushed up. The man could have got lead poisoning, but you know she risked it all, and was just like, I'm gonna give you this, because I don't want to see you suffering, and that was so touching. It was like a mama's kid, just
connection.
Yes, it was just, I don't know. I felt it, you know, when you cry, when you want to cry, but you get this frog in your throat because you're trying to hold your cry in because you don't want everybody to think that you like a little punk BBB.
You don't want them to think you're soft. You ain't soft.
They don't need to know all that.
What about you all? What about you, Sanaa? What has made season 3 gratifying? Well, what has been the most gratifying part?
Empire is always gratifying because we have the great cast, we have great stories, and it comes to life, and I just love being there with you guys, directing, producing, and also working, especially with the performances, the music performances. I really enjoy directing.
You gave us the most generic thing. So there's nothing specifically about this season that's been special?
I mean, it's so much. I mean, there's so many storylines. I think it's really about us as a family and connecting with the Lion family, and whatever one loves each storyline depending on, you know, who you're following. I mean, I connect with each and every one of them because I'm there all the time. I mean, when you see the mid-season finale, we're really tracing where all the families coming together as a whole, and specifically when it comes to the brothers. And I think the brothers bond, and then where Andre is going versus where Jamal is going, and then Hakeem dealing with a baby is something that I feel like everybody can, in a certain way, relate to it, even though it's kind of a fictitious situation.
Right. What about you, Jess?
I mean, for me, it's been, number one, coming back into season 3, I love the fact that all things stripped away, we really got back to the family.
Yeah.
And I think that that's what made everybody fall in love with Empire in the beginning anyway, was the idea of that it was all this glamour and this drama and music and fashion and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you strip it all away and it's a show about family, you know? Good, bad, and ugly that comes with a family.
And you come from a big family.
I do. Listen, we got it together. Compare us to the Lion family, man, we are the Brady Bunch. We got it together. The Lion family are a problem.
They are.
A problem
every time.
Every single time. You know.
This was not an exception.
No.
Tonight, episode 309 was full of revelations. Reconciliations, realizations. I want you to take a couple beats and refresh yourself with this week's OMG moments. Boop. Watch here, now.
Empire wouldn't be Empire if they didn't have the infamous OMG moment. episode 309 OMG moment, Cookie and Angelo decide to do this fundraiser on the streets of Brooklyn, and they want Jamal to perform.
You gonna get your ass on that stage, and you gonna do it clean and sober.
Throughout the whole season, Jamal couldn't find it in himself to perform.
That's the stuff I was telling you about.
And when he finally get there, his highest peak is getting on stage, killing it, and then get off stage, and Cookie decides, you know, you gotta go to rehab, you gotta get some help.
Please don't do this to me right now. It's time, son.
And I think this is one of the hardest things Cookie had to do. Lucius warns Angelo, stay out of my way and Cookie's way, or I'll ruin you.
Councilman, can I have a word? What do you remember about the evening of October 5th, 1988?
It's the night of my DUI.
Angelo drunk drove into a lake, saving himself while leaving a poor innocent girl to drown.
What?
Shameful. I warned you.
So the lesson always remains the same when you mess with Lucius. You go down.
Girl, Portia in the mix. She's literally in the mix when the fire's catch. But when the fire caught last time, you was right there. Like, and then it was that.
But I saved the day.
You did.
Did I? Yeah.
Always.
Well, what situation from tonight, because tonight had a lot of like, OMG moments of its own. What situation tonight had you most surprised? Let's start with you, Sanaa.
Oh, well.
I want to know how are you going to possibly be surprised
I know.
by anything that happens in this show?
I think every situation, I think what I do love is Andre and him kind of confessing to Shine at the end that he wants to kill Lucius. I think that was very surprising. Not a lot of people knew. We knew that, and it was just really exhilarating. I think that's what's really cool. I'm still surprised about Cookie with the plumbing situation because, you know, that whole pill.
Anybody bust down a pipe like that?
Exactly. Like the pill of it all with the mushiness and the turkey gravy on it was a little nasty. So I think, like, I'm surprised about that. I know that people have gone through that. Yeah. And I think that I learned from directing that episode that there are people who have done that before, and it was a real situation and based off of a real person who had to go through that.
That's what I learned too, is that in this episode specifically, all throughout the season, really, what has been gratifying, back to that question, honestly, is really the PTSD and the addiction storyline for me personally. And so rewarding to be, as an artist, to be able to play it. But just, we always question things on set. Always question things. We're like, that's not realistic. That's not realistic. That would not happen. Yeah. I'm like, no, a gay pop star would not act like that.
And he does come to me like that.
I'd be like, no, he wouldn't say that. But at the same time, we really did question, you know, is that real? And this actually came from real stuff, the hiding of the pills in the cereal box and the stripping down your plumbing to get your pills because you need it right then, you know. Somebody giving you pills and just for you to get through a performance. Right. You know what I'm saying? Those are all very real things, even though it seems like it's dramatized because it's in a drama, but these are all actual real things that people go through. And that's what makes it so, for me at least, even more difficult to watch.
Mm-hmm. What about you, OTA?
Well, when Lucius let it rain on Angelo, like,
yeah.
But what was Mr. Barr like going to Lucius like, help me with my son?
She knew better.
And you know, Lucius has this been like, you're dating my baby moms. I would never help you. I would never. Me personally, I would never help you either. But it's just like, let it rain. And
let it rain.
Let it rain. Literally.
I love Lucius with the balloons.
He's
I really love that image.
He's a creep. Lucius is a real live creep.
He is, but you know what? The way you shot it, Sanaa, the way you shot it, he did it. It was like he was a beautiful creep. Like it was just like, you know.
But that's what it's always about. Yes. It's the contrast,
the angles,
of the good
colors,
and the bad, and it makes you understand the way that it's shot. It really makes you understand and somehow even empathize with the characters that are not so sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? And that no one is clear cut. You know, we can say what we want about, oh, Lucius is a bad man, but you know, there are sometimes he does good things. Cookie is a great mom, but I don't think it's the best thing to go into your damn plumbing situation and go get them damn pills for that boy so he could perform at your boyfriend's party.
But it was more.
Well, she didn't want you to go into withdrawals too, because it's like pretty like the vomiting.
But she could have said, "Here's your pill, cover your ass up."
She could.
She said, "Here's your pill. Come and sing."
But she didn't want your career to be over, and it was about that. It wasn't about
But see, this is what I'm saying though. It's like their goodness and their badness. It's all debatable.
It is.
So just as in real human form, it's all debatable.
What's your process when you're directing the episodes? Because you are so involved.
Yes. I mean, it's throughout the episodes. It's always about making sure the characters feel real. Yeah. The situations are real. So I really, rely on the cast with their feedback as well. And then also creating the ambiance of cinema. Like, everything is based on that. If there's, for example, you guys responded to Lucius with the balloons and stuff, that's kind of an ode to Italian cinema in the 60s. There are things there are nods that I'll do subconsciously, whether it's the Ghost of Rhonda, Andre saying bye to the Ghost of Rhonda is really in all white is Bergman, it's Jane Campion. That's like a nod to that. Like, they're different things.
They don't even know how deep it is.
I mean, it is. I mean, as a director, you have to look into the layers and bring visuals to life, which is a subconscious kind of language that will aid the ambiance and help kind of support the story and your cast. So, I mean, I work that way, whether I'm directing or not, even as a producer. I just make sure that everything feels cohesive and that we're like a movie.
Yeah.
Why are you so smiley wildly?
Because I love Sanaa. On set, I don't understand. On set, we always say that we used to say that she and Lee were like everybody is like a version of Lucius and Cookie, but when they're on set, I call her Cinnamon Cookie because she's always she'll walk in and she'll be like, "Darling, give me moments. Give me moments. It's a moment. It's a moment." And I'm just like,
don't have a donut or a cookie in your hand.
The moment.
Like when you took off your jacket. Let's talk about that moment. Okay. When you took off your jacket in the second verse of Born to Win when he was performing live. Yes. That was a moment.
Right, we're elevating.
It was elevating, and he was giving me moments with the shoulders and everything.
The first time I learned about a moment was in episode 3, I believe, of season 1.
Oh, wow.
I was performing Up All Night, and at the piano, and she came to me, she was directing the episode, she said, "Darling, we're gonna make this a moment." And I'm like,
that's a word.
Okay,
that's a word.
A moment.
Well, they're all moments.
That's a word.
But this is a moment. So look down and then smile.
Look through the camera, chin
and I just
down.
love it. She's so dramatic. You gotta love it.
But that nuance is important.
Absolutely.
You know, like even think about this scene. Okay, so Andre's ready to move on with Nessa. You know, they're on this beach. Like, this is a moment. They're
it was a huge moment.
Supernatural.
First of all, when you say moment, you need to say moment.
It's a moment.
It's a moment.
It is a moment. Like she's in all white, honey.
Yeah, well, Rhonda should have been in this outfit.
Exactly right.
I want to know since we're Rhonda.
I want you to kill
This is Andre's version of Rhonda.
That's true.
And that's the approach. It was his POV of what he was doing.
And
so
he
that
sees
was
Ariel from The Little
But
Mermaid.
she had red nails.
Look at this.
She had the red nails.
But you see, like, the little touches.
She had the red nails.
So tell me this though. What? Well, I don't know if this is a writer question or a director question, but like, what just made you decide to put them on the beach as the go away?
Well,
because last time we saw Rhonda, she was doing something else.
Well, the idea, it was a location thing. We were going to do the People's Ball. It was initially a People's Ball, then was the they're at the beach, the boardwalk, so to speak, in Rockaway Beach in New York. And that's the most lyrical place to place them, like where he can have a moment to kind of reflect and have his whole goodbye. And from a kind of story and visual standpoint, I really wanted to do the best goodbye to Rhonda.
Yeah.
And I felt like that worked.
I do. I felt like, okay, Rhonda, it's been real. Namaste. Like, I did.
And Trey added some stuff too. We talked about it with him throwing the ring in the water. That wasn't scripted. So a lot of times you'll find.
But you know what it was?
What?
a moment.
It was a moment. A lot of these, the best moments happen a lot of times on set with the actors and the collaboration with the actors.
Right.
Yeah, I almost threw up one time off a moment.
Yeah, she walked on set. Well, Portia.
No, it was the waffles. That was the first time we had a moment. And she said, "You're gonna eat these waffles," and I had to like make breakfast, and I love sweets, so I didn't know we were gonna do this 50 million times, and I had to eat it 50 million times.
Acting.
And then I threw up.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
It just looked authentic.
But I did it for the moment.
I mean, Leo slept in a horse, you know? So we all make sacrifices. We all make sacrifices. Tonight we saw a bounce back of epic proportions. Jamal gave that stage just all the moments, really. It was more than just shoulders. And but it wasn't without injury. Jamal's addiction had Cookie under the sink. We've talked about that, channeling the plumber for her baby. What role did, like, the bond between Cookie and Jamal play in him getting back to the stage?
Oh, I think it was one of the main reasons. I think that it also is kind of like her belief in him really is one of the things that pushes him. Her belief in him is what pushes him, and the need for the belief from Lucius is what pushes him.
Right.
So I think that those two things, the wanting to prove that that he could do this, the wanting to prove, I keep saying this, as an artist, you're supposed to perform. You're supposed to be able to do that, and if that's what you are, that's all you view yourself as, and you can't do that, then what does that make you?
Right.
You know, it's like he hasn't been around for 20, 30 years where he's like, oh, I'm retired, I'm a legend. Yeah. You know, this is the moment. This is the moment.
This is the moment.
But yeah, I definitely think that the bond with Cookie is what pushed him on it, because he wanted to have her back.
Yeah.
Also, you know.
Get her back on.
Yeah.
I mean, but then he leaves the stage, right? He's high and smoke, you know, like high on life.
Yeah.
Smoking.
And something else.
And
yeah.
And high on
And something else.
you know, and everybody comes around and just like takes the vibe, like, yeah, you're done. Okay. But how did Jamal, I mean, I feel like we saw it on his face, but like, how do you feel as an actor and as a character, performing that character, how did Jamal feel in realizing that everybody knew? It's one thing for your mama to know.
Yeah.
It's another thing for like the whole squad to be like.
There's a level of embarrassment and a level of shame also that goes into addiction.
Yeah.
Really. There's a level of shame and embarrassment and denial that goes into addiction that is, when everyone else knows, especially because he is not I don't want to say especially because it's no more difficult, but he's in the public eye where the water cooler talk in the office is the world. You know what I'm saying? So those little whispers here and there are very, very loud, and everybody knowing it's shame. It's shame. So, but he gonna get through it. Take your ass to rehab, Jamal.
Get together, you.
But no, I mean, he needs all the support he can get. And listen, everyone knows that in the beginning it feels like an attack. It feels like you're being, you know, thrown into the fire. But when you come out, you still have those issues of, you know, resentment. But at the same time, one day you will realize that it was for the best.
Yeah, I mean, we've all seen Intervention. We've all seen the
And
video.
that's what I love about this show,
you know?
that it's so relatable, because I know people who go through stuff like that, or who's going through it, and that's one thing I love about the show, that is so relatable and that people on the outside can actually relate to. So
I think the music also really brings people into the show. You know, we've talked about the family, the music all season. We've been head nodding to all the amazing music that all has a lot of meaning. That's what I love about the music on Empire. It's not just like throwaway songs, you know. And you and Breezy went hung out with Mr. Rodney Jerkins in the studio with Jussie's oldest favorite girl right here, right now. Check it out, Lincoln's Ride to the B-Sides.
I can't wait to see Jussie.
I love being in the studio.
We're going to the studio to see him record.
Nice, that's real nice.
Come on, get in the car. You ready?
Yeah.
Come on, a little stressed up.
Ooh, fancy.
Okay. Now let's talk about Jussie's song Mama, because that's what we actually going to see him record, Mama.
Jussie.
Yeah.
That's my Michael Jackson right there.
I know, right? I love
his
Jussie.
voice. And I love this song, Mama. When I first heard the record, I'm not even gonna lie, I got chills. I just had my eyes closed and I just was like, I ain't gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry.
I almost shed a tear.
I almost shed a tear. Such a good
And my
song.
grandmother raised me, so I get it, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of take you back like, oh, man, moms, grandmoms. Now, Jussie as an artist, describe watching him in the studio.
Me and Jussie in the studio, honestly, whether we're working together or
I'm
he's
gonna
working alone.
Magic. Every time you two, like the songs that I've heard you two collab on, it's magic.
Yeah.
Like, he's perfect.
Yeah, he's so passionate, and I like that. I like people who take their craft seriously.
Yeah.
When it comes to his vocals and actually getting in the booth and performing, he's dead serious. You know what I mean? But once it's done, it's like, ah! You know, but.
How is it like working with Rodney?
Man, let me tell you something. That man has been a legend in this game for so long.
Yeah.
I think he's just gonna bring a different sound.
That's right. I think that's all I need. We're almost here. Okay, let's do this.
Y'all want to come in and hear? Come in and listen.
Okay. I've done 10 songs, and the one song that I'm most proud of is Mama.
Any woman who has been through something and still perseveres, that's Mama.
Mama, so many words to describe you. Strong will be an understatement.
I wish that I could find something to compare it to, but it's just a really good love letter to the woman that you love more than anybody, that you fell in love with before you fell in love with anybody.
Look in her eyes, she's such a queen, the perfect example of pure royalty. She gives it all so unselfishly, and she does it all just from loyalty. That's my mama.
I never have people in the studio, but for whatever reason, Sierra was there, Breezy was there with her mom. There was all of these mothers around, and I pulled all of them into the studio, and I didn't tell them what it was, and they were like weeping. It was great. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful song.
We are who we are because you loved us from the start. Everything you've been through is nothing that I won't do.
Nice whip. I'll see you in the ride. You and Breezy discuss Mama. It's such a, it's a deep and powerful song. I love that you brought everybody's moms there. Like, how did it feel watching everyone watching you in the studio?
It was crazy because I swear to you, I didn't know that. I knew that the cameras were there at that part because, they always there at the last part of when I'm recording it
right.
to get this stuff. But no, I didn't realize it. I didn't know that they did that whole thing. That song honestly means so much to me and so much to everybody on the show, because I really genuinely mean that regardless of anything, like that's what Mama is. And I feel like Mama, it's not even necessarily someone that birthed a child, but it's just the idea that women go through so much and women still find a way to weave through all of that. And that to me is Mama. It's not clear cut, and it's not as, it's womanhood. That to me is what it is about. And Mama, it means so, oh my God. We cry all the time like such losers because Mama's literally one of my favorite songs.
How did the song come about? Like, is it like, okay, we know we want a song about this topic in the script, and then you give it to Rodney, like, come up with something, and then he comes back?
Yeah, I mean, basically, once the script comes out, it will say, there's a song about, Cookie and what Cookie means to Jamal. So then, we have a conversation with Rodney and kind of talk about whether it's like, mid-tempo, up-tempo, or whatever it is, what style it is, and we kind of give those kind of parameters to him, and then he takes it and he starts sending us stuff. So it's quite the process.
And then it comes to you.
As a
and
demo.
You bring it to life.
I mean, I try.
You do a great job.
And then I always call Sanaa like the very next day. I'm like, did you hear it? Did you hear it? Darling, it was epic.
I always say that.
She says it's epic, and she says it's pristine. Your vocals are pristine. Or she'll call up and she'll be like, there's too much auto-tune. Take that auto-tune off of his voice.
Let it breathe.
Yeah, Sanaa always has my back. No, then it comes to me, and but that song, I always love the music, but there are certain songs that touch you in a different way. And after I heard Mama, I called up Rodney. I'm like, Rodney.
Bruh.
like, we're about to just do something with this song, and it's gonna be really special. And I called Sanaa and told her how much I loved it. I love it so much. I feel that I don't know if anyone else can tell, but I feel like I can tell when I hear a song how much I really love it or not.
How has that evolved from season 1 to season 3? Like, how has the music for you evolved? Because I feel like, as Jamal, like, your sound has evolved into, like, a style.
I feel that we've been able to mold Jamal because I now know Jamal, and the creators now know me.
Gotcha.
So there's a certain level of that I'm able to pull in my own style in there, and there's also, you know, we've all together, obviously, you know, Lee Daniels and Danny Strong created Jamal.
Of course.
But we've all together helped build this character into what it is. So, and it's been such a group effort. You know what I'm saying? And I've been given certain freedoms that I don't know if a lot of projects would give those types of freedoms to actors.
And we use a lot of your music.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
We use a lot of Jussie's music as well. Like, I go to Jussie when I need a song or something, and I'll say, I need this and this, and you'll say, all right, let me think about it. Then he'll send me some stuff, and then we use his music as well. So
now I'm working on my album, and I'm like, nah, Sim.
And I keep begging that. He's like he's sometimes my producer. At times, he's the music producer.
She's the only person who's like, she's the only person that's heard anything from my album outside of my, you know, siblings and my friends and my mama, of course.
And I'm like, can I have that song?
And I was like, no, absolutely not. Absolutely
but I love that because even like when we came back from what we were watching, I was like talking about Taranda's outfits, and I'm like, where you get these outfits? And she's like, I design them. And then you're like, well, we need to start
using them on the show. Of course, it's an ensemble group. I mean, Empire, it's all of us together, and we support each other's art. And I want to support the cast if they have other things, whether it's music. I do come to him as a music producer, and he gets me the songs that I need. And then the same thing, like, now that I know you design clothes, then we'll get you with Paolo and see what ensembles we can use.
Come through. Come on, Jesus. That's the thing that people must understand about Sanaa, not just because she's here, but that's the thing, is that she is in television now, yes, but she started working with artists. So there's a level of the understanding of artists that she knows how to both deal with and whip in shape.
Rehearsal.
Yeah, but it is a thing of the way that she treats us. I think that is what we've been blessed as a cast with, is that from the beginning, Lee Daniels and Danny Strong, artists. You know what I'm saying? Eileen Shaken, our showrunner, and all the amazing writers, artists. Sanaa, she's an artist first. So all of that stuff comes to be where we can have real debates, you know, about what is happening, and they listen to our ideas. Sometimes the idea ain't good. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's bomb and it's turned down, but I'm still gonna take it. I'm gonna use it for something else.
Right.
So it's all good. So yeah, we work well. All of us work very well together.
And then we come to some common ground. That's one thing I love about the show, is that they're open to our ideas.
Yeah.
And we learn to reconcile with certain things. So.
But it's not like that on every set.
No.
There's some sets where it's like, I'm
you're just gonna take that out. Yeah.
I mean, there's always a reason. When the cast comes to me about something, could be whatever, my first response is, why do you feel that way? I don't say no.
Right.
I say why. Explain. Like, break it down, and then I try to follow. Sometimes I'm like, you're right, let's fix it. Or sometimes I'm like, no, we can't do that because of blah, 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 blah.
Because
I mean,
we should start talking out the side of her mouth.
Why do you feel that way? She's a therapist.
Well, you know what you need. What you need to do is you just need to change
the side lip.
That's how I direct. I side lip direct.
This
her and Terrence always in a corner like.
Sweetie, you need to do that one more time.
Low
Sweetie, you have to do that.
Well, Empire Nation, you have showed your love for the show without the hard work. You have showed it live and in color. Sanaa, Jussie, Taranda, the fans cannot get enough of Empire. Let's see what they had to say. LaSonia Broadnax says yes. 3 exclamation points. I love the show, and I love the song along with many other ones on the show, but it was very heartfelt. Heart emoji. Love you, mama. Crown emoji. Love you guys. Heart emoji. God bless. I feel like it's important to relay the emojis because she didn't put them there for no reason.
Because that's deep.
You know,
Well,
that's
she
deep.
obviously wanted you to read that also.
Yeah, she wanted it. Sharon Bibb says in all caps, it's important, Empire is the best show in the world.
Yeah.
Declarative statements.
Is that how she said
In
it?
all caps.
All caps.
Can you say it in Gloria's voice?
Lowercase.
Can you say it in Gloria's voice?
Gloria would say, Empire is the best show in the world.
Yes.
Okay? Mr. Lee Daniels really does this thing with this show. I mean, from the cast to the crew, I just can't contain how much joy this show brings me. I schedule my whole month, week, and day around whenever they're on. Okay.
Dedicated fans.
All right,
Love
Sharon.
it.
Lantha Swingler says, Mama is a beautiful song.
Thank you.
And lastly, Hester Davis says, I love the way that Mr. Daniels touched bases on all various challenges that human beings go through and then gives the information for steps to take to get them through the issues, which is true because a lot of times on shows they'll just be like, oh, it's crazy for the drama. But then it's like, no, he's going to go to rehab. Like, there's got to be people around. And she says, great work, hashtag, can't wait to see what's next. Well, you're going to have to wait a while.
Let's wait.
Ooh, no, licensing. All right.
Oh, my bad.
I've got to find.
Yeah, license that. Wait a while. We make enough money. License it.
Oh, Janet. Oh, miss her. Well, you guys.
No, I'm just kidding. I
What is that long? So I'm like, don't let me harmonize right here. You guys can get online anytime at Fox Now to keep Empire Season 3 fresh in your minds. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Yes.
Okay? Now, what a way to end a season. Thank you to Empire Sanaa, Hamri, Jussie, Smollett, Amanda Seals.
Amanda Seals, ladies and gentlemen. Every single week. Except for when we're not on or preempted by the World Series or off for Thanksgiving or something else.
But we'll be back in the spring.
Yes, we will.
And we'll be sprung. It's the Lincoln Empire After Show. See you in March. Good night.
Good night.
Adios.